Right then, it's a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX automatic diesel. 63 plate car, as you can see. Car's covered just 67,000 miles. It's in lovely condition, finished in white, which looks fantastic on the top of the range cars because you get the privacy glass roof. This one also gets the side steps. It all just breaks it up, and it's a really sharp looking car. Going around the front, very clean, lights and lenses clear, intact, there's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet's very, very clean indeed. A couple of kamikaze flies have landed on there, but that's about it. Near side, passenger side, really smooth down the panels, can't see any obvious indentations. Near side front alloy, one that generally takes all of the bashing because it's closest to the curb, and I can't really see a mark on it. Remaining panels, very, very clean indeed. Near side rear alloy, again, fantastic condition. Around the back, bumper corner, nice and clean. Entry points for the boot and tailgate itself, very, very clean. And to the offside, driver's side, again, absolutely crisp down the panels there. The rear alloy, again, fantastic condition. Remaining panel work and final alloy, again, absolutely lovely. For a 12-year-old car, it is in amazing condition externally. Coming to the boot area, absolutely cavernous boots. CR-Vs are family cars, quite often heavily used, so plastics can be scratched and marked in the boot, but there have been things dragged in that, but this one's been kept really nicely. Coming to the back, wide open rear doors, simply enormous amounts of leg room. If you're 6 foot in the front, you can sit behind yourself with inches to spare. Again, for a car, sorry, out of breath. For a car that's, you know, a family car and 12 years old, it's been kept very, very nicely. Front and passenger side, again, very clean and tidy. Full set of tailored rubberized mats, which is nice to see because it's fabric ones. They tend to sort of wear more quickly and trap the odours. Finally come to the front, door card again, really nice and clean. Some of the footwell area, really nice. Driver's seat, tiny bit of compression on the outside bolster, which you get as you slide in and out. Aside from that, incredibly clean. Inside the car now, engine's running as is always the case, so the dash is illuminated for you. Again, fantastic condition in here. Sat nav working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, you have that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors. Carrying on down, just really how nicely it's been kept. Come to the dash pinnacle, hopefully you can see 67,266 miles. Engine's running, and there are no warning lights on the car at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and locking on that key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX automatic diesel car. Car's registered PJ63NZD, and mileage at the start of the road test is 67,266 miles. The reason we do these videos, very simply, is just to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car actually in operation. It can be really frustrating to go and see a car which can look perfectly good in an advert or description, but only to get there and find out actually it's got an obvious and fundamental fault you'd much rather known about before setting off. Also done on these very quiet country roads. It's a beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it will then be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a drive in the car. So coming to the car, clearly a very well maintained vehicle, and that's pretty much obvious as soon as you start driving. It just feels tight as a drum. Push button start, engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the car at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car actually for that matter. And temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. It is a brilliant diesel engine, absolutely brilliant. The qualities that Honda give are, you know, reliability and longevity, and it's got that in spades. It's also timing chain driven. There's no cam belts to have to worry about on the car at all. But as I often say, it's more than that. It's just actually how it drives. Quite a lot of diesels in this day and age, especially the smaller capacity ones, they feel quick to go when you first pull away, and they go away well. But they tend to have a small, narrow power band. Whereas this has got a really, really wide power band on the car. So as soon as you're up and going, it starts to pull, but just keeps pulling and keeps pulling and keeps pulling in a really linear fashion. And that makes for really smooth, relaxed driving. And also, we've got one of these cars, exactly one of these. We tow with ours, and I still maintain it's the best tow car I've ever had for loads of reasons, and the engine's a big part of that, and the gearbox as well. But it's a fantastic unit. Engine obviously then feeds through into the gearbox. Like the engine, has a reputation for being very tough and reliable, mostly because it originated out of the original Honda Legend, which was a 300 horsepower car, because they didn't actually have a gearbox at that time to deal with the power and torque demands of this engine. So it's engineering overkill, in all honesty. But the gear shifts are really slick and smooth on the move, I should say, and the ratios, well, selected by Honda to extract the best out of the engine, both in terms of fuel economy and performance. Moving on to the steering and chassis, it's always been one of the top, sort of better parts of the CR-Vs. Mostly because the car just drives really nicely. It just feels, most people that drive them, you're in something that's well engineered. It feels substantial. The steering's nicely weighted. It's accurate. It's precise. The suspension manages to give you a really comfortable, supple ride. And yet, unlike other cars which can give this kind of ride, which tend to have to go for soft springs, which means you loll up through corners, this corner here, just going to turn in, carry a bit more speed than normal. It's completely unflustered. There's very little body motion going on, and that's normally only achieved if you go for very stiff suspension, and yet this manages both, and that's often underplayed by a lot of the motoring press. Worth pointing out, absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle at all, as I say, tight as a drum. Brakes on the car are excellent. They're powerful, but there's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, so all in fine fettle there. And then we come to the interior, which the video can't get across. First of all, build quality. These are beautifully put together cars. Honda don't go for showy, they go for, this is designed for its purpose. It's designed to carry you and your family around, and that means it's going to have a tough life. Soft squidgy plastics, they're great, they look pretty, but they mark easily, they skag, they tear. It does have softer stuff up high up on the dashboard, harder stuff further down, but they make it sort of resistant to some degree to family use, but also easy to keep clean. It's just one of those interiors that is designed beautifully for its purpose, but no squeaks, no rattles, even though it's 12 years old. The other thing, just when you get in, you've got a brilliant driving position. Everything just feels natural straight away when you get into the car. Again, fantastic visibility. I can actually see the bonnet of the car, which is a minor miracle on modern cars. Big wing mirrors either side help with lane changing and manoeuvring. So you just feel very confident as soon as you're in the car and driving. Dashboard itself, simple, easy to use dashboard. Within 2 days you've mastered it. It's not one of these cars you get into who's got to scratch your head for 10 minutes trying to work out how things operate, and everything works perfectly. Sat nav, one of the nicest you'll use actually, really simple to operate. That incorporates DAB radio and hands-free telephone with Bluetooth, all functioning perfectly there. Down below it you've got a dual zone climate control system. Basically it means you can have slightly different temperatures on either side. It also, by the way, pumps out absolutely ice cold air. If you twist anything or prod anything, you're greeted with a really high quality tactile feel. Everything feels beautifully engineered in the car. Dash binnacle in front, simple legible dials, exactly as it should be, white on black graphics, perfect. And then you've got this lovely leather bound steering wheel to finish it all off. The one thing you won't find in any CR-V, even a four-wheel drive one like this, is a button to activate it, because it's completely automatic. When Honda launched the original CR-V a long time ago now, they realise that most people would be driving as I am right now, where you don't need four-wheel drive on. So if you've got, basically having it on permanently, you're going to waste fuel, you're going to get through your tyres more quickly, and it'll put a lot more mechanical stress through the car. This system is brilliant. Basically, if it runs in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive pretty much the whole time. And that's the most efficient way to pull a car along, as I said. If it needs to go into four-wheel drive, it's completely automatic. So what happens is the car senses the front wheels starting to lose grip, let's say on a bit of mud or snow, and before you could ever react yourself, it instantly brings in the rear wheels seamlessly to give you four-wheel drive and disengages it pretty much straight away. So it's a very clever and robust system, incredibly reliable. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it, brief as it might well be, is literally just to show the car operating. I can't find any fault with this car. It drives absolutely beautifully.